Today on JTV, we're at the Fulton Street Farmers Market here in Grand Rapids, and I'm doing a special segment on Gladiolus. Beautiful homegrown Gladiolus from Nagel's Gladiola Farm in Three Rivers, Michigan. So we're here at the Nagel family's stand looking at their beautiful Gladiolus. It's a family-owned business here in Michigan, in Three Rivers, and they specialize in Gladiolus. All kinds of bulbs, huge acreages, and so I saw these and I thought, this is going to be perfect for the project we're going to create today. Look at the great colors and the great varieties that they have. It's amazing. And again, Gladiolus are so long-lasting. Amber, how's it going?
It's going pretty good back here.
Good, good. You've got beautiful glads today.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to scoot these over so they can see you too. So that's good. So, okay, tell me a little bit about your farm.
Well, it's been around for, this is, I think, the fourth generation, actually.
Oh, wow, okay.
It started, I think, with great-grandfather Fred Nagel.
Okay.
And now 3 generations still work on the farm.
And how many acres did you tell me?
Well, there's, I think, about 10 acres of the cut flowers, which you see in front of you.
Okay.
And the business is actually known more for the bulb production.
Okay.
And that's about 450 acres, I believe.
And you said that your husband's grandfather works on hybridizing the different types of varieties of bulbs. Is that right? Okay.
He's actually done that for quite a few years. It's kind of his specialty thing.
Okay.
So beside our cut flower patch, we also have our kind of testing and growing new varieties, which is also beautiful to see.
Very cool, very cool. Well, these are gorgeous, so I'm going to get some for our projects. And as I told you, we're going to do some projects tomorrow on WZZM on Take 5. And then we're also going to show the people in the U-Bloom community about this too, so it should be very fun. So I'm going to pick out some great colors here. I loved these the other day. I thought these were amazing.
Yes, and these are called our Fiesta Glad. Like, isn't that appropriate? It's called Fiesta.
Because it looks like a Fiesta, or also reminds me of Fiesta wear too. The great colors in Fiesta wear.
Yes, we had customers yesterday who were talking about that.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, let's look and see what else. Well, I love too that you do mixed bunches too. I think that that's pretty incredible, and that's fun too, because then you get, you know, like the green one in there and stuff like. Do you have any green today?
We do. This is our last bunch of green.
Okay, green. It's going to have to go with me.
That's a big hit for people. People are just dazzled by that.
Oh yeah, I love the green.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Let's see. You know, this is great too. It's $4.50 and 2 for $8. That's a great price. I mean, that's wonderful, and all the enjoyment that you're going to get out of this too. So that's pretty wonderful too.
Your bunch has the potential of lasting for a good 10 days to a week and a half.
Well, now, you know, I can't resist doing orange and green because that's my colors on JTV, so that's important too.
Yeah.
And let's see, I'm going to do one bunch of pink as well. So
yeah, and you can see there's a lot of like variety in it. Like you have almost a double pink.
I love that because we're going to do a composite flower with it too, so I'm going to show people how to do that as well. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so we've got 4 bunches. So I owe you $16. It looks like.
Yeah.
How about that? There you go.
Thank you. I'll grab your change. And would you like them wrapped separately or?
You know what? I'm going to just carry them. How about that? Because I like walking around with your pretty flowers.
Excellent. There's your change.
Okay, thank you so much, honey. I appreciate it so much. That's
Hope
perfect.
you enjoy these.
Well, I will. And you could watch for us. We're going to have these on TV tomorrow, and everybody will be so excited. So thanks, Amber. I'll come back and see you. You keep real pretty glads, all right?
We shall.
Okay,
Take care.
I love the colors and also seeing all the fresh produce together. And of course, I mean, you come down for glads, but then I get yellow cherry tomatoes too. I mean, it's one of those things. Coming to the farmer's market is an experience for everybody. Not only do we have fresh, cool stuff, but there's just beautiful flowers, beautiful vegetables, beautiful fruit, all that stuff. These great little mason jars full of just garden flowers too. What a wonderful way to bring flowers into your home that are fresh, organically grown. Very, very fun way to interact with flowers. Wow, we're lucky we got home before the thunderstorm started. Now it's time for us to process our flowers. And this is where we make sure that the beautiful gladiolas we purchased are going to last as long as possible. The key ingredient to that is using our chrysal nutrient. This is a special formula, the bulb food, that comes in the tea bag with the red label. It's specially formulated for flowers that come from bulbs. Now, of course, we think about daffodils and tulips and iris, but gladiolus also come from bulbs. So today, I'm going to be using 8 quarts of water. Each one of these packets is for a quart of water. So we'll drop all 4 of those in. We drop them in, package and all, because they are just like a tea bag. And that tea bag will allow the floral nutrient to pass into the water. In my bucket, I have 6 quarts of water. That's right. I said 4 packets for 8 quarts, and I've got 6 quarts of water. What I'm going to do is add a quart of ice to my water. That brings it up to 8 quarts. And now I've got ice water that's available for my flowers. Now, this is something that we talk a lot about on JTV. We normally think about putting our flowers into warm water. But the reason that we put them into ice water is because it makes our flowers last longer. Just imagine, if you take fresh asparagus that we would get at the farmer's market and put it into hot water, it starts to cook it, even if that water is only 100 degrees. The same thing happens to our gladiolus. So we want to ensure that this water is ice cold, and it's going to make our flowers last 20 to 30% longer. Using the bulb food in it as well is going to make sure these last as long as possible and open beautifully. We'll transfer this to a taller pot. Again, that helps mix the water together. We're using this bucket because it's taller and it's narrower. That holds our long stems together closer and supports the stems equally for a long bunch of flowers. So remember, the taller your flowers, the taller your bucket. I laid the gladiolus out and we brought him home. Now, even in that short period of time, what happened was we started to get calluses on the ends of the stems. So what we're going to do is give this a fresh cut and drop it into our water. They've bundled these with the rubber band. What I'm going to do is just use my bypass cutter and cut above that rubber band. Then drop those down into the water. I'll take this other rubber band and cut that off, spreading out the stems so that we get good air circulation between each of those. Allowing them to sit in this solution for 6, 8, or 12 hours is ideal because they'll take up that floral nutrient and then be ready for us to design. Let's do the same with the other 3 bunches that we have. Four bunches of gladiolus is about the maximum you would put into a bucket this size. 3 bunches might be even better, but then we'd have one lonely bunch sitting off by itself. So in this case, the 4 of them also help support one another. But much more than this, doesn't allow them to open, and as they open up, we want to make sure that there's room around them so that the petals don't get creased. So this week on JTV, we're doing 2 different things. Not only are we showing you about these great gladiolus on JTV at UBloom, but I'm also going to take you behind the scenes and onto TV with me. I do a segment called Fun with Flowers and Jay here on the local ABC affiliate WZZM on a program called Take 5 and Company. We'll be taking the gladiolus from the Fulton Street Market and taking them on the show to show people what they can do with the beautiful flowers they buy at the farmer's market. So here we are backstage at WZZM. The green room's over there. This is the ready area. You'll notice how much bigger the glads are this morning after we process them. All of the Fiesta have opened up. Green, much more open. And we've created a few things that we're going to showcase today on the TV show. We've got several different ideas that we're going to show people today. And it's easy ones that they can do at home after buying the farmer's market glads. In this case, we cut off the glad flush. We're going to put it into a needle pack like that. And then drop it down inside a vase so that it's contained. And just add some water down at the bottom. Now, of course, we could fill this all up too, and that would be fun as well. But it's a fast, easy, different way to use just a stem of gladiolus. This vase is going to be great because we're going to create it on air, and we're going to show how this wonderful pyramid vase from Syndicate Sales has expansion at the bottom so that you can crisscross the glads and make a beautiful display with it. The little shot glasses will stick single florets in. We're going to use some of our deco beads from JRM in this Fiesta bowl. I was inspired by the fact that these are called Fiesta, so I got a Fiesta bowl out, and we're going to fill it with those deco beads. The fun thing for that is this Gladiolus, because we'll set that on the corner of that bowl. Now, this isn't something that we'd be able to teach them how to do, but it's something that you can learn right here at UBloom by going to our composite flower webisode and seeing that. We did it the exact same way we created the composite rose. We just created it using the Gladiolus florets. The center's really easy to create because we just used 3 single blossoms, the smaller ones towards the top of the stem. Take those 3, and this tinier bud fits inside this one. We'd glue it in there. Move this and take that and tuck that down inside the center. So that's how we create the center. Very simple. Now something like that also be one of our little shot glasses. That'd be fun as well. And then, of course, a vase from Accent Decor. And we're just going to use different colored glads inside there. I'm going to use the orange and green ones because that's our JTV colors. So imagine all the fun things that you can create just from a few stems of glads. One of the other things that people talk about a lot is tipping the glads. You'll notice that at the top of all the gladiolus, there's smaller blossoms up here. What happens is you'll notice that they start to go off in different directions and curl. That's just the phototropic nature of the flower itself. But what we can do to give something a uniform height like this is to reach in and tip the glad. So what we do is we pop that out like that and remove that portion. It does a couple different things. It sends a surge of ethylene to the top of the stem, actually causing the other flowers to open. It also doesn't allow the flower itself to focus on this part of the glad and try and get those blossoms open. It focuses more on these. So we'll get these to open all the way to the end. If we left it on, it would open all the way to the end. These would expire, and these blossoms would be much smaller. So by removing that, we've created something even and ensuring that all of our blossoms are going to open all the way up there. It's a simple thing, and thing that a lot of people do when they're caring for their glads. So you have the opportunity now to go to my Facebook page, Jay Schwanke, or go to my UBloom account on Facebook for the UBloom Fan Club, or also go to my YouTube page, which is JMH Schwanke, and watch the entire segment that we filmed here at WZZM. Also, if you want to learn how to make this beautiful camellia, it's created the exact same way we created the composite roses on UBloom. So look for that webisode there. Using the little florets into shot glasses, what a great way for us to use those as table markers or to create a fun centerpiece that would run down the center of a table. Using great containers like this from Syndicate Sales so that we crisscross those blossoms and have plenty of room for our beautiful glads to open. Or putting them down inside a cylinder container like this, just simply using a flower frog. Or creating a simple composite flower like this with 4 simple blooms. Placing that into place and dropping it into a votive holder. There's lots of opportunities, especially for great vases like this from Accent Decor. Accent Decor is sponsoring our contest that's coming up soon, so keep your eyes out for that wonderful contest, and you could be on JTV with me. So you see, glads have an incredible opportunity. We can do all sorts of fun things, creative, wonderful, professional things, or simple, unique things. That's the great part about it. I'm glad you came by this week and we were able to create beautiful things. Until next week, keep having fun with flowers.